Welcome back to Is It Playable? In this video we'll be taking a look at whether Champions of Norrath is playable with the current build of PCSX2 within RetroArch. Now sadly this is a game I already know the answer to, because it's one of my favourite PS2 games, so you bet your ass I tested it first. Well, it was one of the first games I tested. And sad to say, it's not very. I mean, I will admit, the performance of the game is strange. It goes from being playable to not. Yeah, it's weird. But for the most part, it's just not playable. At all. Which is a damn shame. Oh, there's not even sound. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's gross. New game. Get me out of this. This is what I mean. It goes between being not playable and then kind of. But for the most part, it's just not playable. This was a game that used to have an issue on PCSX2 though, where half of the screen would render. Only half of the screen would render.
Thank you for answering my call.
But that seems to be, you know, fixed.
Darkest hour. The unthinkable has happened.
It's just a shame that it's not playable. Maybe in the future, who knows. But I'll play for a bit, because you can kind of play, it's a bit slow. Who do I want to be? I'll be... yeah. I don't want to do that, crap. Oh, we have 3 choices. Go with red. And that'll do! Oh, there are... just go with 5 on everything, sod it. I'm not going to be playing long enough for it to matter, so it doesn't really make a difference. We'll go with the usual. Eep. Oh, I can't just press start. Let's go! And yet again, the cutscene is perfectly fine. See, no issues.
Ah, a welcome sight indeed.
Yeah. We've heard this all before. But then it'll load, and it'll be in slow motion. But then you can get to a certain point, and then it won't be in slow motion. Oh, the sound is gross, though. Yeah, it's if I make it...
The famed peace and serenity of Kenneth.
that was weird.
Nauseating.
Yeah, if I get over here, there we go. The game is fine. It's kind of similar to, like, Black and Sly, where if I just pan the camera a certain way, like, it craps the bed again. It's weird.
Halt! The Feydark lift is off limits by order of Leithcorius, Heartwood Master of the Wood Elves. No one is permitted to use the lift until every single goblin and orc is destroyed. No exceptions.
Yeah, exceptions. Well, there we have it. But yeah, the game, I would have put it at playable with issues, but the consistent slowdown occurs way too often for me to actually say that it's playable with issues. Technically, it's playable with issues, but I wouldn't actually say it is. If you want to put it down to a technicality, if the game boots and plays, then everything is playable with issues. But playable with issues mostly just means that it's playable, but there'll be some, like, graphical issues. Do I not have any spells? Are you kidding? The Dark Elf starts with nothing. I feel like I've been gypped. Oh, I got a pick. But it's such a shame, because the game's... as I say, it's one of my favourite PS2 games. So the fact I can't actually play it through PCSX2 is just a pain. I can play it on the actual PS2, so, you know, it's not really that big a deal. The only downside with playing it on the actual PS2 is because I have it as a disc, but I don't like using the discs. anymore due to them not being made. Like, they're not made new, so I just use backups. But because I use backups, this is a game that came out as a dual layer disc, because it was massive. This game is 8 gigs, which is huge for a PS2 game. And when you're doing, or playing it as a backup, you have to split the game into 2. Essentially where it is the game ends... I'm actually gonna just make my way back to where the performance is not terrible. There we go. Yeah, the game kind of... When it's split into 2 discs, you can play up to just before you enter the the vampire. The vampire's mana. And then you have to switch to the second disc. Because I think that's where the entirety of that second level, or the second half of the disc, contains all of those locations. Only downside with it being a split disc is you can't use the teleports to go back to, like, Fade-Ark Forest. Because I'm pretty sure the portals persist throughout the entire game, but I'm not entirely sure. Either way, Champions of Norrath is currently not playable, which is sad. Yeah, as I say, it hits the slowdown and performance issue far too many times for me to actually say it's playable, but it has issues. It's just not playable at this point. So there we go. Champions of Norrath is not playable. And with that, that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, please like as it helps out the channel, subscribe for more content, leave suggestions for games you want to see tested, and until next time, take care.